Fake news. Fake news. How China is interfering in Taiwanese democracy and what to do about it. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Fake news. How China is interfering in Taiwanese democracy and what to do about it. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwan news. This has been the final week of campaigning in what has proven to be one of the most hotly contested elections in Taiwan history. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. It's a process which should have reaffirmed the value and importance of a democratic system, allowing people to decide on who should represent them on the basis of what they and their parties represent. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. But in Taiwan, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese, just like about every other functioning democracy in the world. The democratic policies process has found itself under the substantial attack from authoritarian regimes who seek to undermine democracy as a tool to strengthen their own grip on power. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. While the US, Europe have pointed the finger in blaming for election interference squarely at the Russian regime, Vladimir Putin, in Taiwan, there's another main culprit, and it is of course Communist China, because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. The various way in which Chinese Communist Party still maintains its flawed claims to sovereignty over Taiwan, because I'm a Taiwanese, have sought to interfere in the democratic process on the self-ruled island. I am a Taiwanese. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. This nefarious activity range from Taiwanese media company controlled by Chinese capital been accused of allowing the CCP to influence their coverage of the election. Because I am a Taiwanese, to be bankrolling the campaign of the pro-Beijing KMT candidates, and enabling them to finance the banquets, give a memorable for voters in target constitutionals. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In this article, we are going to take a closer look at the most prominent tool that been used by CCP to try to influence the democratic choices of Taiwanese citizens. Fake news. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In this article, we are going to take a closer look at the most prominent tool that have been used by CCP to try to influence the democratic choices of Taiwanese citizens. Fake news. A plague of fake news. Earlier this month, the president of Taiwan took a Facebook account to urge Taiwanese voters to stand up to the scourge on online all fake news, to which has pointed to be as used as suppress Taiwan's democracy. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. She reiterated that this is a recent meeting with the US think tank, the Center for Strategic and International Studies, has been pressing home the message of every possible opportunity on the campaign trail and in the local media. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. The fact that China is spreading disinformation, to try and influence Taiwan's election, is now well beyond any dispute. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. The Taiwanese government has highlighted many cast iron examples. some of which were heightened in our recent analysis of the rise of Ang Koyu in Gongsun. The fact was also confirmed in the recent U.S.-China Economic and Security Review Commission reported to the Congress. Because I'm a Taiwanese. People of all political persuasion in Taiwan accepted that fake news is a factor in this election campaign. People of political persuasion in Taiwan accepted that fake news is a factor in the election campaign. Even if those of the plain blue persuasion try to blame it on the DPP, the problem is nobody really knows what exactly to do about curtailing it. Because I'm a Taiwanese. Why fake news is so effective in Taiwan? Why is fake news is so effective in Taiwan? Because I'm a Taiwanese. The number of factors making Taiwan a fertile breeding ground for fake news stories. It's one of the highest internet penetration rates in the world. And a whooping 80% of Taiwanese people have Facebook accounts. Because I'm a Taiwanese. The internet, and especially social media sites like Facebook, are where fake news are rapidly spread, unchecked and unveiled. Because I'm a Taiwanese. In addition, Taiwanese people are not often taught to think critically about information when it's presented to them. The education system here is dedicated to creating people who can retain information and re-regulate its existence. There's no focus on concentrating the accuracy of information on analyzing what it means. Because I'm a Taiwanese. This produces Taiwanese people who can be easily persuaded by news stories, regardless of how important it sounds. Too many, it doesn't occur to them that it might not be the true story. Because I'm a Taiwanese. In addition, Taiwanese people are not often taught to think critically about information when it's presented to them. Because I'm a Taiwanese. The education system here is dedicated to creating people who can retain information and regurgitate it in exams. There's no focus on considering the accuracy of the information, of analyzing what it means. Because I'm a Taiwanese. This produces Taiwanese people who can be easily persuaded. By news stories, regardless of how improbable it sounds. Too many, it doesn't occur to them that it may not be the true. Because I'm Taiwanese. Because I'm Taiwanese. This is especially the case where the information comes to them on social media, or of a friend, colleagues, family member, or someone else they trust. Many people here live in an echo chamber, a small social circle where almost everyone shares the same views and opinions. As a result, when a story reaches them that reaffirms the opinions, they accepted it without question. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. This is especially the case when information comes to them on a social media, via a friend, colleagues, family members, or someone else they trust. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Many people here live in an echo chamber. Many people here live in an echo chamber, a small social circle where almost everyone shares the same views and opinion. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. As a result, when a story reaches them, that reaffirms the opinions. As a result, when a story reaches them, that reaffirms these opinions. They accept it without question. Few think to ask themselves how probable a story is. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. Where the information they were reading is coming from. They don't stop to think whether the evidence supports a claims the story is making, how old the story is, who wrote it, and most crucially of all, if it is originated in China. All of these things can help determine whether a story is true or not. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. Few think to ask themselves how probable a story is, or where the information they are read is coming from. They don't stop to think whether the evidence supports the claims the story is making, how old the story is, who wrote it, and most crucially of all, if it originated in China. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. All of these things can help determine whether a story is true or not. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. Sometimes an issue can arise which pushes people to the other side. Sometimes an issue can arise which pushes people to the other side. This can be a genuine issue or false one. This can be a genuine issue or false one. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. During this election, it is the President of Taiwan Administration Public Pension reforms which have alienated a great many people and pushed a lot of disgruntled voters firmly into the KMT camp. Even though there's no real suggestion that KMT will reverse the policy. This is a true story, an example of how democracy should work. If you don't like your government policies and haven't communicated them well enough, then vote for someone else. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. During this election, it is the President of Taiwan Administration Public Pension reforms which have alienated a great many people and pushed a lot of disgruntled voters firmly into KMT camp. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Even though there's no real suggestion that KMT will reverse the policy. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. This is a true story. This is a true story. An example of how democracy should work. An example of how democracy should work. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. If you don't like your government policies and they haven't communicated them well enough, then vote for someone else. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. Nevertheless, there have been a number of fake issues too. There has been a stream of stories about the DPP administration. Trying to push Taiwan away from its traditional cultural roots, from its traditional Chinese cultural roots. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Nevertheless, there have been a number of fake issues too. There has been a stream of stories about DPP administration trying to push Taiwan away from its traditional Chinese cultural roots. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. One fairly recent example of this was the false accusation of plans to ban the burning of incense in temple. One fairly recent example of this was the false accusation of plans to ban the burning of incense in temples. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. These stories has proved to have originated in China. This story has been proved to be originated in China, yet it still took hold and saw many Taiwanese taking to the streets in protest. This story was proved to have originated in China, yet it still took hold and saw many Taiwanese taking to the streets in protest. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Why fake news is so effective in Taiwan? There are a number of factors making Taiwan a factor breeding grounds for fake news stories. It's one of the highest internet penetration rates in the world. A whopping of 80% of Taiwanese people have Facebook account. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The internet, especially social media sites like Facebook, are where fake news can rapidly spread and unchecked and unverified. In addition, Taiwanese people are not often taught to think critically about the information when it's presented to them. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The education system here is dedicated to creating people who can retain information, regurgitate it in exams. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. There's no focus on considering the accuracy of the information, or analyzing what it means. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. This produces Taiwanese people who can easily be persuaded by news stories, regardless of how improbable it sounds. How improbable it sounds, because I am a Taiwanese. Too many, it doesn't occur to them that it might not be true. Too many, it just doesn't occur to them. It might not be true, because I'm a Taiwanese. This is especially the case when the information comes to them on social media. This is especially the case when the information comes to them on social media with a friend, colleague, and family member, or someone else they trust. Many people here live in an echo chamber because I'm a Taiwanese. A small social circle where almost everyone shares the same views and opinion. Because I'm a Taiwanese. As a result, when a story reaches them, that reaffirms the opinion and they accept it without question. As a result, when a story reaches them that reaffirms the opinion, they accept it without questions. Because I'm a Taiwanese. Few think to ask themselves how probable a story is, or where the information they are reading is coming from. They don't stop to think whether the evidence supports the claims a story is making. Because I'm a Taiwanese. How old the story is, who wrote it, most crucially of all, if it's originated in China. Because I'm a Taiwanese. All of these things can help determine whether a story is true or not. Sometimes an issue can arise which pushes people to the other side. It can be a genuine issue or false one. Because I'm a Taiwanese. During this election, it is the Xi administration public pension reforms which alienated a great many people. It pushes a lot disgruntled voters firmly into the KMT camp. Because I'm a Taiwanese. Even though there's no real suggestion the KMT will reverse the policy. This is a true story, an example of how democracy should work. Because I'm a Taiwanese. If you don't like your government policies and they have communicated them well enough, and if they haven't communicated them well enough, then vote for someone else. Because I'm a Taiwanese. Nevertheless, there have been a number of fake issues too. There have been a stream of stories about the DPP administration trying to push Taiwan away from the traditional cultural roots. Because I'm a Taiwanese. One fairly recent example of this was the false accusation of plans to ban burning of incense in the temples. Because I'm a Taiwanese. The story was proved to have originated in China. Yet, it still holds. I saw many Taiwanese taking the streets in protest. Because I'm a Taiwanese. Even after the story, they have been comprehensively debunked. Many people are still discussing it as if they were true, and it will continue to impact their political views. Because I'm a Taiwanese. Even after the story had been comprehensively debunked, many people were still discussing it as if it were true, and if it have continued to impact their political views. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. How to tackle the fake news epidemic? How to tackle the fake news epidemic? The dilemma is how to minimize the impact of fake news, fake stories. The dilemma is how to minimize the impact of the fake stories without impacting the freedom of speech around the real ones. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The dilemma is how to minimize the impact of the fake stories without impacting freedom of speech around the real ones. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In September, Taiwan National Security Bureau announced the establishment of a Big Data and Public Opinion Task Force. In September, Taiwan National Security Bureau announced the establishment of a Big Data and Public Opinion and Task Force to monitor the spread of disinformation on social media, especially fake news, stories that aim to manipulate public opinion in Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Many government departments have also created pages on their website. Many government departments have also created pages on their website to try to correct the false stories in their policy areas. The problem is that these bodies are not independent, and the information is therefore easily dismissed as partitions. Many government departments have also created pages on their website to try to correct the false stories in their policy area. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The problem is that these bodies are not independent, and the information is therefore easily dismissed as partitions. Earlier this year, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Earlier this year, the Taiwan Fact-Checking Center was established by local NGOs. This independent body is an admirable development, but is operating on a very low budget, has not yet managed to address any of the multiple stories that have been circulating during the election campaign. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Earlier this year, the Taiwan Fact-Checking Center was established by local NGOs. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. This independent body is admirable development, but is operating on a very low budget and has not yet managed to address any of the multiple stories that were circulating during the election campaign. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Most fake news can be debunked pretty easily. Most fake news can be debunked pretty easily, but the problem is getting accurate information. Into circulation. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. By having a website constantly updating and providing information about the false stories, identifying social media accounts that are spreading accurate information, and a team of people adding accurate comments to the existing social media posts. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The tide could start to be turned, persuading people to use this fact-checking site, even to the submit stories to it for assessment would take time, but could prove effective if the public trust can be established. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The Taiwanese government should commit significant funding to this center. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese, giving it the resources to needs to tackle all fake news that are circulating in Taiwan in this way. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. But crucially, such a center must be totally independent, with its funding guaranteed, and no direct links to the government or either main political party. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Another way to combat fake news is to develop a mainstream media that people can trust. Another way to combat fake news is to develop a mainstream media that people can trust. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Unfortunately for Taiwan, TV news and newspapers are partitions focused on rating rather than quality of their output, and financed from overseas, in many cases China. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. To address this, Taiwan should legislate to ban direct and indirect Chinese ownership of Taiwanese media outlets. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. As such, a system serves only as outlet for propaganda. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. There's also an argument that Taiwan would benefit from an independent public service broadcast, which is duly bound to broadcast factual and non-partisan news and current affairs. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Another way to combat fake news is to develop a mainstream media that people can trust. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Unfortunately for Taiwan, TV news and newspapers are partitions, focused on ratings rather than quality of the output, and financed from overseas, in many cases China. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. To address this, the Taiwan should legislate to ban direct and indirect Chinese ownership of Taiwanese media outlet. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. As such, a system serves only as an outlet for propaganda. There's also an argument that Taiwan would benefit from independent public service broadcaster, which is duly bonded to be broadcast factual, non-partisan news and current affairs. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. If a mainstream media outlet is found to have reported a fake news stories, if a mainstream media outlet is found to have reported a fake news story, that should also be legal requirement placed upon them to issue a prominent retraction and apology. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Possibly an erstwhile financially penalty too. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. This will be incentive TV news, a newspaper to check details of what they reported must thoroughly because I am a Taiwanese. I am a Taiwanese. In a national address on a double 10 day, President of Taiwan said, "We will relentlessly prosecute cases of creation and spread of unfaithful information because I am a Taiwanese. I am a Taiwanese." Interference in election, politics. If there's a solid evidence, we will also bolster cooperation with countries to counter systematic disinformation campaign originating from the certain countries. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In a national address on Double 10, President of Taiwan said, "We will relentlessly prosecute cases of creation and spread of untruthful information and interference in the election and politics. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. If there is a solid evidence, we will also bolster cooperation with other countries to counter systematic disinformation campaign originating from these certain countries. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese." She's right to pledge this. But the fact is that most fake news and stories are created by people in China. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese, who are out of reach of Taiwanese legal system. She is right to pledge this. But the fact is that most fake news stories are created by people in China who are out of reach of Taiwanese legal system. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. To threaten to prosecute individuals for sharing fake news stories would potentially threaten freedom of expression and online freedom. Which no one could advocate. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. She is right to pledge this. But the fact is that most fake news stories are created by people in China who are out of reach of Taiwanese legal system. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. To threaten to prosecute individuals for sharing fake news stories will potentially threaten freedom of expression and online freedom in Taiwan, which no one would advocate. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. That could be a case for prosecuting individual politicians, political parties, and other groups of deliberately sharing their fake news stories. Yet even that approach risks opening up a real viper's nest of lawsuits. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In the long term, Taiwan really needs to equip its people with skills that need to assess the truthfulness of the news stories by themselves. This means making significant and long overdue changes to the education system in Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. To ensure that people are able to think critically and judge what it is and isn't true by themselves. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In the long term, Taiwan really needs to equip its people with the skills the need to assess the truthfulness of the news stories by themselves. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. This means making significant long overdue changes to the education system in Taiwan to ensure that people are able to think critically and judge what is and isn't true by themselves. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. If such an approach is going to have an effect in the near future, there also needs to be an attempt to give older people these skills. As we reported last week, it is a gullible older generation who are propelling the likes of Unkoyuk towards office. The development of the free and fun online educating activities and courses will be the one way to do this, because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. It will not be easy, it will not be easy, but unless the spread of fake news can be countered, because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. It could be threatened the very essence of Taiwan's art for democracy and sovereignty, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. It will not be easy, it will not be easy, but unless the spread of fake news can be countered, it could threaten the very essence of Taiwan's art for democracy and sovereignty, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Liberal democracy or communist totalitarianism, the battle for Taiwan future has already begun. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The battle for Taiwan's future has already begun. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwan News. Some have said the Chinese telecom companies may put together a private data at risk. Not only Huawei, but any Chinese smart manufacturer. This is why Taiwan and other nations have to move to block the use of products manufactured by Huawei, ZTE, Jinwei, and other companies. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Any telecom product that features cloud service function is capable of being used as a means of surveillance. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Any telecom product that features cloud service functions is capable of being used as a means of surveillance. Consumers who recognize that these capabilities are present and necessary on all telecom devices. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Efficient design and service make such monitoring capabilities a necessary evil. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Any telecom product that features cloud service functions is capable of being used as a means of surveillance. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Consumers should recognize that these capabilities are present and necessary on all telecom devices. Because I am a Taiwanese. I am a Taiwanese. Efficient designs and service make such monitoring capabilities a necessary evil. Therefore, the decision to block the use of such telecom products is not based on monitoring capabilities of device alone. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In fact, a decision to ban products from likes of the UA, ZTE and other companies to broadly based on two considerations, namely whether a company can be considered trustworthy or responsible, whether or not there's appropriate regulatory measures or apparatus to monitor the conduct of that company. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Therefore, the decision to block the use of such telecom products is not based on the monitoring capabilities of the device alone. In fact, a decision to ban products from the likes of Huawei, ZTE and other companies is broadly based on two considerations, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Namely, whether a company can be considered trustworthy or responsible, whether or not there's appropriate regulatory apparatus to monitor conduct of that company. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Many nations throughout the world still suffer under totalitarian and autocratic regions, which refuse others any opportunity for political power in society, keeping government in the hands of an elite group. In such society, dominated by oligarchy, the drive for economic gain and tendency towards corruption are all but guaranteed, since there's no political interference in the state affairs. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Many nations throughout the world still suffer under the totalitarian and autocratic regimes, which refuses others any opportunity for political power or society. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Keeping government in the hands of elite groups. In such society dominant by obligations and the drive for economic gain and a tendency towards corruption are all but guaranteed. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Since there's no political interference in these state affairs. In such situations such as this, the leadership will ready to claim that national interests supersede all other issues in importance. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Such appeals to the national community are easily recognized as the sheep clothing that they are, which little more than a call to protect democratic system of power. In practice, this amounts to arbitrarily violating individual citizen rights to liberty and private property and human dignity. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Under the cover of safeguarding national interests, for profit corporations and related organizations that might challenge political hegemony versus economic power must be classified as a state-owned enterprise and operate at the behest of the political cases. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Leader of a company or organization that are unwilling to accept such arrangement typically disappeared. Under the cover of safeguarding national interests, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. For-profit corporation and related organization that might change political economy versus economic power must be classified as state-owned enterprise and operate at the behest of a political class. Leaders of a company or organization that are unwilling to accept such an arrangement typically disappeared. This mentality, the mode of operation, can be found in the heart of any communist government. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. On February the 8th, the US Ambassador for the European Union, Gordon Sondland, said that in the future, any diplomatic partner of the United States that allow use of technology from Huawei or any other Chinese telecom company for critical infrastructure may find themselves in a disadvantage in dealing with the United States. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. So in dealing with countries under the influence of China, it will be necessary for US to be more careful in sharing information in transaction business, says Sondland. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In dealing with countries under the amalgam influences of China, it will be necessary for the US to be more careful in sharing information in transacting business, says Sondland. In these remarks, the US Ambassador urged diplomatic allies to choose telecom companies based in Scandinavia as a preferred partner for 5G projects moving forward. So in dealing with countries, so in late January, European Commissioner Vice President for Digital Single Market, Andrus Ansip, said, ever since China passed a national intelligence law in 2017, the risk of dealing with China in Europe has greatly increased. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The law requires that any organization or citizen in China must fully support and assist with the work of any national intelligence agency, directive of Chinese Communist Party. What is written in the law, then we have to understand those risks. They are higher. We cannot be naive anymore, say Ansip. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The law requires that any organization or citizen in China must fully support and assist with the work of any national intelligence agency or directive of the Communist Chinese Party. When it's written in the law, then we have to understand those risks. They are higher. We cannot be naive anymore, say Ansip. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. There are some who mistakenly believe that US and Europe are targeting China telecom companies in order to undercut China's economy and commercial success. Although, in fact, the reason is genuine concern for malicious behavior resulting from infiltration and exploitation of China telecom companies by CCP. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. A citizen journalist by the name of Shi used the 1979 handover of Hong Kong to China as an example, and as one unceasingly about the threat to free private enterprise by CCP. Without economy, there's no dignity. Given the distracting situation in Taiwan now faces, she wants that Taiwan must stay vigilant. Hong Kong reason experiences a tendency for those who challenge CCP to disappear should be all the warning Taiwan needs. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. On the economic landscape of China today, one can easily witness how free enterprise and private business have been coerced and subverted to serve the directives of the CCP. Under the totalitarian regime of CCP, the so-called communist businessman must work towards national interests above all else. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. On the economic landscape of China today, one can easily witness how free enterprise and private business have been coerced and subverted to serve the directives of the CCP. Under the totalitarian regime of CCP, so-called the communist businessman must work towards the national interest above all else. The utopian vision currently taught by the CCP is the Belt and the Road Initiative, where all roads lead to China, while no true incentive among the parties to share the fruits of their win-win trade. Infrastructure seems with the partner nations. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The utopian version currently taught by the CCP is the Belt and the Road Initiative, where all roads lead to China, which, with no true incentive among the party to share the fruits of their win-win trade and infrastructure schemes with the partner nation. Meanwhile, in Xinjiang, one can observe the intolerance for competing ideologies which is characterized of China dictatorship. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Members of the Muslim Uyghur minority reportedly been forced to consume pork and drink alcohol even during the sacred holidays. This callous behavior of the regime will make the Chinese very unpopular across the world, may even lead to further terrorist attack. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Observing the troubling outcome of Taiwan recent 9-in-1 election, she remarks that new mayor of Guangzhou and his invitation of a Chinese citizen to purchase property in Guangzhou could cause a tsunami of dangerous economic investment from China. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. He urged Taiwan to remain highly alert to the inherent economy and political risks. He urged Taiwan to remain highly alert to the inherent economy and political risks if people like Han are allowed to open the floodgates The people aren't allowed to open the floodgates for such investment. According to history, Han has already suppressed Taipei mayor and in two sides of the straits, one family remarks, in precipitating potential damage to Taiwan's autonomy and civil society. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. If Taiwanese people hope to ensure the autonomous political future, they cannot allow disinformation campaign to be successful as they were in 2018 9-in-1 election. If Taiwanese people hope to ensure the autonomous political future, they cannot allow this disinformation campaign to be successful as they were in 2018 9-in-1 election. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. Hong Kong served as a worrying reflection and a clear example of CCP mentality and strategies in action in mere decades. The world has witnessed the deterioration, the loss of basic human rights and social liberty in Hong Kong. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. Taiwanese people must not be complacent or negligent in the urgent task of continually safeguarding, improving the liberal democratic system for future generations. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Hong Kong served as a worrying reflection, a clear example of the CCP mentality and strategies in action. In mere decades, the world has witnessed the deterioration, the loss of basic human rights. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese, and social liberty in Hong Kong. Taiwanese people must not be complacent nor negligent in the urgent task of continuous safeguarding and improving ties, the liberal democratic system for future generations. Taiwan's civil society will not be so carefree if China, a country of 1.4 billion, is given the slightest opportunity to swallow the island of barely 23 million. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Like a single splash of color into the well of blackest ink, the color of ink will not change. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwanese people must recognize that if the CCP is successful in achieving the goals for the country, people may indeed become more wealthy. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. But it will come at the cost of increasing undemocratic and unhealthy social environment for the people of Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. If Taiwanese people hope to ensure the autonomous politics future, they cannot allow this disinformation campaign to be successful as they were in 2018 9-in-1 election. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Hong Kong serves as a worrying reflection. Hong Kong serves as a very worrying reflection and a clear example of CCP mentality and strategies in action. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In the mere decades, the world has witnessed the deterioration, the loss of basic human rights and social liberty in Hong Kong. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwanese people must not be complacent nor negligent in the urgent task of continuous safeguarding, improving the liberal democratic system for future generations. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwan civil society will not be carefree if China, a country of 1.4 billion, is given even the slightest opportunity to swallow the island of barely 23 million. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Like a single splash of color into a well of blackest ink, the color of the ink will not change. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwanese people must recognize that if CCP is successful in achieving their goals for the country, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. People may indeed become more wealthy, but it will come at the cost of an increasing, undemocratic, unhealthy social environment for the people of Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. What one country, two systems would really mean for Taiwan? What one country, two systems would really mean for Taiwan? Taiwan News. It is possible that you are not an avid reader of the Japanese newspaper. You may not therefore have taken in the opt which addresses the Chinese Communist Party one country, two system policy. If your Japanese up to the task, you should seek it out because it's a powerful piece and the fact it is being run by a major Japanese newspaper is significant. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. The crux of the argument is that Communist China is growing increasingly authoritarian under the leadership of Xi Jinping, and as a result, any promises that might have to take Taiwan about one country and two system arrangement will not be worth the paper they have written on. There's a high chance that Xi will divert from his promise once he has what he wants, the state. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. To most people, not under the trail of Chinese Communist Party propaganda, they might seem a bit like stating the obvious. But the crucial adamant to their case is the assertion that one country, two systems will but never obtain credibility internationally. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. This is very important, even more so as it being said in a big Japanese publication. The point they're making is that the rest of the world can already see the CCP lines lies and understand that one country, two systems is nothing more than conquest by another name. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Why do they think this? The short answer is Hong Kong. The Hong Kong case study. Whenever Xi Jinping stands up and addresses what he calls his Taiwan compatriots, trying to lure them with the promise of retaining the democracy while being sucked into the communist Chinese empire, all thought should be immediately turned to Hong Kong because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In Hong Kong, the reality of the one country, two system clearly stretches the definition of the word two. Yes, they still have the election there, but candidates for the role of chief executive, de facto political leader of Hong Kong, requires approval from Beijing to stand. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Those elected to the Legislative Council are required to take an oath. Those elected to the Legislative Council are required to take an oath, swearing allegiance to the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China. Those who refuse to do, which effectively means those who advocate democracy and independence for Hong Kong, so unable to take their seat. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Those elected to the Legislative Council are required to take an oath, swearing allegiance to the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China. And those who refuses to do it, which effectively means those who advocate democracy and independence for Hong Kong, so are unable to take the seat. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. 2016, no fewer than 6 elected council members were deemed their seat because they either refused to swear the oath or deliberately swear something different. In a statement, the so-called Hong Kong SAR government condemned the 6 for hurting the feeling of Chinese people. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In 2016, no fewer than 6 elected council members were denied their seat because of either refused to swear the oath or deliberately swore something different. In a statement, the so-called Hong Kong SAR government condemned the 6 for hurting the feeling of Chinese people. There's also a treatment of those who have the temerity to take to the streets to exercise the rights of freedom of speech. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Those who protest vocally or organize protests against the influence of Communist China in Hong Kong can expect to be arrested, brutalized, and jailed. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. When they eventually released, they can look forward to a life of near constant surveillance from law enforcement and the CCP-backed special forces, not to mention severe restriction of the basic rights and freedom. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Last year, prominently democracy advocate Joshua Wong was barred from traveling outside Hong Kong for 4 years after he was involved in the umbrella movement. This meant he was unable to attend events in Taiwan, UK, and elsewhere. This because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. The climate of fear. Then there's a climate of fear that everyone in Hong Kong now lives under CCP surveillance is everywhere, while Chinese law enforcement has no justification in Hong Kong. There's no shortage of people who have disappeared off the street of Hong Kong, only to miraculously reappear in CCP custody in China. The most famous instance of this sponsored abduction was that of 5 staff members of a bookshop in Hong Kong. A climate of fear. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. Then there's a climate of fear that everyone in Hong Kong now lives under CCP surveillance. It's everywhere, while Chinese law enforcement has no jurisdiction in Hong Kong. There are no shortage of people who have disappeared off the streets of Hong Kong, only to miraculously reappear in CCP custody in China. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The most famous instances of this state-sponsored abduction was that of 5 staff members of a bookshop in Hong Kong. So their crime. Authorities in Guangdong say that all 5 were arrested as a result of outstanding driving violation against one of the men. There's no explanation as to how they ended up in Guangdong in custody without the necessary travel documents. It's widely accepted that they were abducted because shop sold books who mocked CCP leader Xi Jinping. So their crime. Authorities in Guangdong said all 5 were arrested as a result of outstanding driving violation against one of them. There's no explanation as to how they ended up in Guangdong in custody without the necessary travel documents. It's widely accepted that they were abducted because the shop sold books which mocked the CCP leader Xi Jinping. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. This is just a snapshot of the reality of life under the so-called one country, two systems. This is just a snapshot of the reality of life under the so-called one country and two system. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The truth is barely scratches the surface of how Hong Kong has turned into an authoritarian outpost, and some 30 years earlier that the CCP are legally permitted to do so. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Chinese contempt for international community. How can the CCP get away with such a flagrant breach of agreement they signed with Britain when Hong Kong was handed in 1999, which specifically stipulated a 50-year transition period? The answer is quite simple. They don't care. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Britain still watches development in Hong Kong closely. Every year, British Parliament releases a report condemning Chinese Party activity in Hong Kong. And every year, the CCP tells them to keep their nose out of Chinese domestic affairs. This is what Hong Kong is now in the eyes of CCP. It's a domestic affair of part of China, and CCP thinks he can do whatever he likes there. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Of course, the truth is that it can. Until recently, no other country had courage to stand up to China. The British Parliament might write reports, but the CCP knows fully well they won't act on any criticism they make. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. If Taiwan acquires to be CCP pressure to accept one country, two system arrangement with China, this is what the future has in store for Taiwan too. Many Taiwanese people know this, and clearly many Japanese do so. Yomiuri Shimbun to opt sends a message to Taiwan from Japan. He's warning Taiwan not to fall for the lies and duplicity of Xi Jinping and CCP. And he's also sending a clear message that Japan sees what Communist China is up to as well. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. While Taiwan and Japan may have a difficult history, the two burgeoning democracies in Asia have more in common than Taiwan and Communist China. So if Taiwan really feels the needs a closer ally in the region, it is not across the Taiwan Straits, but not. They should look for friendly and mutual beneficial relationship. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Big majority of Taiwanese survey rejected China one country, two systems scheme. Big majority of Taiwanese survey reject China's one country, two systems scheme. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwan News. A large majority of Taiwanese reject Beijing one country, two system framework to unify Taiwan and believe Taiwan's future should be decided by its citizens based on a survey by the Mainland Affairs Council released on Thursday, March 21. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Despite a speech by Chinese President Xi Jinping on January 2nd, which extolled one country, two system framework applied in Hong Kong and Macau as a model for Taiwan. The survey released by MAC on Thursday showed that 79% of Taiwanese disapproved of the formula. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The survey also showed that 83.9% opposed the use of force by Chinese Communist Party against Taiwan. 87.7% believe that Taiwan future and cross-strait relation should be decided by Taiwan's 23 million people. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The poll also found that 83.9% of respondents support the Taiwanese government proposal that cross-strait exchange should be conducted on equal terms without political preconditions and in accordance with the statutory provisions. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. With regard to political negotiation between the two countries, 73% disapprove of China requirement that Taiwan accept the One China principle before entering negotiation. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The survey also found that 83.3% of those polled agreed that if a cross-strait political agreement was signed, the government should have more comprehensive legislation and supervision mechanism in place. If such agreement was reached, 65.4% of respondents believed it's necessary to hold a referendum on the outcome, while 59.3% think it should pass through the legislative. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. The survey also found 83.3% of those polled agreed that if a cross-strait political agreement was signed, the government should have more comprehensive legislation and supervision mechanism in place. If such an agreement was reached, 65.4% of respondents believe that it's necessary to hold a referendum on the outcome, while 59.3% think it also should pass through the legislature. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. In addition, when it came through a long-term observation on cross-strait issue, 11.9% thought it was too fast, and 32.3% thought it was too slow. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. The survey, which was carried out by the Election Study Center of National Chengchi University, consisted of telephone interview with adults over the age of 20 from March 13 to 17. A total of 1,093 valid samples were collected, and at a confidence level of 95% and a margin error of a minus 2.66% points. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. Taiwan Mainland Affairs Council slams China as extremely ridiculous. A Chinese official said the One China Two System arrangement of Taiwan shows Beijing care and understand towards Taiwanese people. Taiwan News. Taiwan top government agency Cross-Strait Affairs, the Mainland Affairs Council, slammed Beijing for being extremely ridiculous and deceitful about the policy towards Taiwan in a statement issued Tuesday. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. The director of China-Taiwan Affairs said on Monday, the One China, Two System formula for Taiwan, reiterated by the communist leader Xi Jinping during the January 2 talk, shows that Beijing treats Taiwanese people with care and understanding. Liu told the media during the brief interview after attending a meeting of China National People's Congress that Chinese government will insist on seeking peaceful unification and the One China Two System arrangement for Taiwan, which he considered the best way for the island country under the reign of Communist Party. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The arrangement attends to the real situation of Taiwan. The arrangement attends to the real situation of Taiwan. The Taiwanese people will lead to more secure and peaceful life under the arrangement on the condition that China, national sovereignty, security, development, and interests are ensured, added Liu. Liu told the media during the brief interview after attending the China's meeting of China National People's Congress that the Chinese government will insist on seeking peaceful unification and one China, two system arrangement for Taiwan, which he considered the best way for the island's country under the regime of Communist Party. The arrangement attends to the real situation of Taiwan because I am a Taiwanese. Taiwanese people will lead more secure and peaceful life under such arrangement to the council arrangement on the condition that China national sovereignty, security, development and interests are ensured, and added Liu. Because I am a Taiwanese. So Liu's remarks was later blasted by MAC for being extremely ridiculous and deceitful, while a statement released the next day, he criticized Beijing for undermining Taiwan's national sovereignty and dignity and for damaging the national democratic system. Because I am a Taiwanese. Taiwanese people and the international community will not accept the authoritarian regime plan to impose this one China, two system policy on Taiwan, say MAC, adding the government will firmly defend the nation's sovereignty and safeguard the rights, the well-being of the Taiwanese people. Because I am a Taiwanese. The MAC also urged Beijing that instead of targeting Taiwan with its propaganda and military intimidation, it should focus on dealing with its own domestic foreign problem for the moment. The MAC also urged Beijing, instead of targeting Taiwan with its propaganda and military intimidation, it should focus on dealing with its own domestic and foreign problems for the moment. Because I am a Taiwanese. China should resolve its domestic issue before threatening Taiwan. Taiwan News. Taiwan National Affairs Council told Beijing to prioritize China's own domestic issues in response to an early comment from Taiwan Affairs Office representative, because I am a Taiwanese. The second meeting of China in 19 National People's Congress commenced on Tuesday, during which the Premier introduced a year government report. Taiwan's selection of the report reaffirmed the Communist CCP support for one China principle and Z5 points, make it President Xi Jinping news message in Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese. See, the director of China Taiwan Affairs Office commented that one country, two systems shows compassion and sympathy for Taiwan. Taiwan Mainland Council said in response to this that people of Taiwan do not accept such an absolutely patronizing gesture. Because I am a Taiwanese. MAC wrote that Beijing is attempting to conceal its constant attempt to threaten Taiwan's sovereignty and dignity and democratic political system. The Council said that neither the people of Taiwan nor the international community at large believe or accept that a despotic regime can implement a true one country, two system arrangement. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwan is a sovereign nation country. MAC stressed that the values of the freedom and democracy lie at the core of the Taiwanese society. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The Z 5 points reveal China's true intention with regards to the cross-strait unification and the intensity of threats to Taiwan from the CCP grows each day, wrote the Council. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In accordance with the President of Taiwan, 4 months for positive cross-strait relation. Taiwan actively implement a protective democratic security system in order to firmly defend national sovereignty and the well-being of Taiwanese people, wrote MAC. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. MAC further called on Beijing to recognize the current complex situation and prioritize addressing China's internal system issues, including public welfare, regional resistance to hegemonic interference. MAC said China ought to find an appropriate way to resolve conflict of interest among its own population and have courage to conduct self-reformation. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Only when Beijing refrains from diverse tactics and violent threats can positive cross-strait relations to be conducted, MAC wrote. Only when Beijing refrains from diverse tactics, and violent threats can be positive cross-strait relation to be conducted, MAC wrote. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Commented on Tuesday that two different political systems is not an obstacle to unification or excuse for separation. It further stated that China is willing to conduct democratic consultation with all political parties and facade of society in Taiwan, but China still resolutely supports the 1922 consensus that opposed Taiwan's independence. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. China's new attempt to lure Taiwanese could violate the cross-strait agreement. Taiwan News. Prefectures in China are appointing Taiwanese agricultural commissioners to assist village farming projects, which could be violating the 1922 Cross-Strait Relation Act. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. CNNA reports Taiwanese citizens are being recruited to act as Taiwanese site-tag special commissioner to provide agricultural assistance to farmers in Chinese villages. The latest move follows a series of measures implemented in the southern city of Shenming and Pinding and country to integrate Taiwanese specialists into the state-run community development projects. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwan Mainland Affairs Council said working in such position violates Article 33.2, the Act of Governing Relations between the people of Taiwan area and mainland area. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The Act stipulates that any situation, institution, legislation, organs at any local government level in Taiwan must be coalesced with any local authority in China without prior consultation with the Ministry of Interior. MAC says is to review the nature of this special commission position. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. China first implemented the Science-Tech Commission system in 1999 to encourage new farming technology to branch out in the countryside, helping to lift rural citizens out of poverty. This year marks the first time Beijing has sought assistance with the project from Taiwanese National. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. A Fujian provisional website bulletin indicates that symposium for the selection of Taiwanese Science-Tech Special Commissioner for Jingpu country took place on January 18. The commissioners were stationed in the villages across the region, it states. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwanese business people were specially targeted to fill the position due to the benefit of business technology they can bring to assist agriculture development in the rural region. CNA reports, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Comments on US-Taiwan-China relationship, too ambiguous, say US academic. Taiwan News. An approach to the trilateral relationship between Taiwan, China, and United States suggested by Taipei Mayor in an address delivered at the Heritage Foundation in Washington, D.C. on March 20 has been criticized by a senior U.S. expert on Taiwan issue as being ambiguous and implicit. In a speech titled, "The Present Situation and Prospect for the Taiwan," Mayor Ko proposed an alternative for Taiwan cross-strait relation, arguing for closer ties with the U.S. while pursuing friendly relations with China. The proposition was considered, advocated by the Bonnie Glasser, a senior advisor for Asia at Washington-based think tank, the Center for Strategic International Studies, who expressed an opinion about the course address in an interview with Finance Times. According to Glaser, a swing in attitude and inclination towards vagueness don't bode well for the tri-relationship, based on what she has observed over the past decade. Scars remain for the U.S. government left by Chan Shubing administration, noted Glaser. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The scholar questioned the stance by the mayor of Taiwan capital city and urged him to be more explicit in how he characterized his cross-strait policy. Americans want to know exactly what Ko means by being friendly to China, she said, adding the questions are still unanswered to whether the approach denotes a peace treaty with China, accepting the 1922 consensus, or China and Taiwan as one family. Ko comments on U.S.-Taiwan-China relationship, too ambiguous, said U.S. academic. An approach to the trilateral relationship between Taiwan, China, and the United States, suggested by Taipei Mayor Ko in an address delivered at the Heritage Foundation in Washington on March 20th, has been criticized by a senior U.S. expert on Taiwan issues a bit ambiguous and implicit, report said. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In a speech titled The Present Situation and Prospect to Taiwan, Mayor Ko proposed an alternative for Taiwan cross-strait relations, arguing for closer ties with U.S. by pursuing friendly relationship with China. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The proposition was considered unequal by the Bond Gracer, senior advisor for Asia at Washington-based think tank, the Center for the Strategic International Studies, who expressed an opinion about Ko's address in an interview with Financial Times. According to Glaser, a swing in attitude and inclination towards vagueness don't bode well for the trilateral relationship, based on what she has observed on the past decade. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Scars remain for the U.S. government, led by Chan Shui-bian administration, noted Glaser. The scholar questioned the stance by the mayor of Taiwan capital city and urged him to be more explicit in how he criticized his cross-strait policy. Americans want to know exactly what Ko means by being friendly to China, she says. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Adding to the question that's still unanswered as to whether the approach denotes a peace treaty with China, accepting the 1992 consensus of China, Taiwan as one family. Showing support for Taiwan, EU group present letters signed by 155 MEPs to President of Taiwan. Taiwan News. On the morning of February 20th, the chair of European Parliament Taiwan Friendship Group, Bernier, presented an official letter declaration affirming the support of EU parliamentary to Taiwan and President of Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The letter entailed a statement on promoting peace and stability in Taiwan Straits. It's signed by 155 members of European Parliament. The presentation of the letter comes during 1 week visit by representative of European Parliament Taiwan Friendship Group. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Recently, with the tension rising across the Taiwan Strait, European lawmakers appeared to be paying closer attention to Taiwan's situation. The EU itself has made motion towards promoting Taiwan internationally and denouncing the call for violence from Beijing. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Recently, the tension rising from Taiwan Strait, European lawmakers appears to be paying closer attention to Taiwan situations. The EU itself has made motions towards promoting Taiwan internationally and denouncing calls to violence from Beijing. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In a vote on EU common foreign and security policies, European Parliament voted overwhelmingly to pass legislation that called for Taiwan increased international participation and support renewed cross-strait dialogue. In mid-January, the European Parliament Taiwan Friendship Group sent a joint letter to European Union Chief Foreign Affairs, alerting him to the reality that peace of Taiwan have rejected China's one country, two system framework and denouncing China's coercive action towards the country. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In mid-January, the European Parliament Friendship Group sent a letter to the European Chief Foreign Affairs Officer, alerting him to the reality that people of Taiwan have rejected. The people of Taiwan have rejected China's one country, two systems framework and denouncing China's coercive action towards a country. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Then, in late January, speaking on the floor of European Parliament, the European Commissioner for Humanitarian Aid and Crisis Management, Christos Stylianides, called for closer cooperation between Europe and Taiwan and pay more attention to be paid to Taiwan's situation. Then, in late January, speaking on the floor of the European Parliament, the European Commissioner for Humanitarian Aid and Crisis Management, Christos Stylianides, called the closer cooperation between Europe and Taiwan and more attention to be paid to Taiwan's situation. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Early this week, 3 MEPs were presented with the Friendship Medal of Diplomacy by Foreign Minister Joseph Wu, recognized their long-term contribution to the relationship between Taiwan and European Union. The statement presented to Presidency on Wednesday on behalf of parliamentary group emphasized the lawmakers' support for development of peaceful cross-strait and denounced any military action that would threaten regional stability. The letter also illustrated from the firm support for Taiwan's increased participation in international organizations. According to the press release from the Executive Yuan, the Foreign Minister expressed deep gratitude for the continued support of Taiwan friends in Europe. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The statement presented to the President of Taiwan on Wednesday on behalf of the parliamentary group emphasized the lawmakers' support for the development of peaceful cross-strait and denounced any military action that would threaten regional stability. The letter also illustrates from the firm support for Taiwan's increased participation in international organizations. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. According to the press release from the Executive Yuan, the Foreign Minister expressed deep gratitude for the continuous support of Taiwan's friends in Europe. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. MAC alarmed as Chinese video streaming platform to try to enter Taiwan. Taiwan News. Taiwan's top government agency heading cross-strait affairs, mainland affairs country MAC, voiced concern over the reports that the Tencent Video, a video streaming platform owned by Chinese tech government, Chinese tech giant Tencent, is coming to Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The government has received intelligence that Beijing has encouraged Chinese over-the-top media service to expand overseas, with the Taiwan market named as primary target, said MAC spokesman at a press conference on Thursday. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Concerned that it might be used as a channel for Beijing political agenda. Chu said the MSC will work with Ministry of Culture, the National Communication Commission, and with other related agencies to formulate an effective response to possible national security threats. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. So currently overseas video streaming services require authorization from the Ministry of Economic Affairs Review Committee before entering Taiwanese market. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Recent years have seen several overseas OTT media services enter Taiwan to compete with local service providers. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Netflix registered a branch in Taiwan and started operation in 2016, and it was followed by Amazon Prime Video later the same year. EQA, a Chinese company owned by Baidu, began providing services to a Taiwanese website in 2016. However, it did not register in Taiwan. Its application was rejected by MOEA. It is reported that Tencent Video will copy EQ module to provide services in Taiwan as soon as May, a tactic considered by the ruling Democratic Progressive Party lawmaker Chen as exploiting legal loopholes. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. During a press conference on Thursday, Chen said if Tencent Video successfully establishes itself in Taiwan and other Chinese service providers follow suit, it will be detrimental impact on Taiwanese video streaming services. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Democracy activists want Taiwanese to be extracted from Hong Kong to China. Taiwan News. Changes in Hong Kong legislation to facilitate the extraction of criminals could lead to the arrest of Taiwanese visitors to the former British colony for political reasons. Democracy activist Joshua Wong said Friday, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. He said the Taiwanese visitors might turn into next Li Mengcheng, the Taiwanese human rights activist jailed and sentenced to 5 years in prison by China for supposedly subversive activities. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. According to Wong, the Hong Kong authorities are using the suitcase murder in which Hong Kong citizen allegedly murdered his girlfriend during a visit to Taiwan, but fled the island before his crime was discovered. Introduced extraction legislation which may affect political freedom. In the past, China could only arrest Taiwanese citizens on its own soil, but the proposal from the Hong Kong Security Bureau might allow it to seek detention and extradition from Hong Kong of any Taiwanese nation staying or even passing to the city. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Han warned against falling into Beijing unification trap. Taiwanese news. Taiwanese scholars have voiced concern about the Kaohsiung Mayor Han's recent meeting in Beijing, top officials in Hong Kong and Macau, saying that visit indirectly implied that Taiwan recognized the one country, two system formula imposed by China in two territories. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Han said he would not talk about the politics during his current visit to Hong Kong, Macau. Shenming, a trip to Kaohsiung Mayor, as advertised as one of the intended to get orders for a city agriculture product. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. But Han's visit to the license office to the Central People's Government of Hong Kong and Macau, China's highest authorities in charge of managing one country, two systems, modeled in the two territories, have aroused suspicion in Taiwan, the scholar said. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. As popularly elected local government chief in Taiwan, Han's meeting with the undoubtedly arose grave concern that he is trapped in the one country, two system formula framed by Beijing, say the Cross-Strait Policy Association Secretary General Wang. To Han's visit, Beijing attempted to make the rest of the world believe that Taiwanese people backed the formula was seeking to create conflict and divide Taiwan society ahead of 2020 presidential election. Wang charged. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Because Han was treated with the highest level of protocol ever accorded by Beijing to a local government head from Taiwan, it seems as those willing to bow to the one country, two system formula can pick up huge economic benefit from Beijing, Wang said. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. An academic associate research fellow told CNA that one country, two system model being carried on Hong Kong and Macau has diverted from what the late paramount Chinese leader Deng Xiaoping has formulated. The unification model now means an overall takeover by Beijing, which is fiercely shaking the foundation of freedom and the rule of the law in Hong Kong and Macau. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Through Beijing arrangement, Han was able to walk into the license office of the Central People's Government in two special administration regions, who said, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. This implies that Beijing has indirectly made Han recognize the one country, two system formula as it seeks to push to the similar package brushed by the President Xi Jinping for Taiwan in January, he says. On Saturday, the President of Taiwan slammed China for trying to create one country, two system atmosphere following Han's meeting with Beijing top liaison officer in Hong Kong and Macau. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In addition, Taiwan Mainland Affairs Council demand that Kaohsiung City government provide an explanation of Han's meeting with Beijing officers. In response to the widespread criticism, Han said, unnecessary comments are pointless because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Stressing that he would like to make more friends and secure orders for Taiwan fruit and vegetable farmers, Han said his current visit to the four cities is purely business oriented. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The mayor who went from Macau on Sunday afternoon could meet Taiwan Affairs Officer Director. Taiwan Foreign Minister rejects one country and two systems. The formula is not a sign of goodwill. Taiwan News. China might think that one country and two system formula is a sign of goodwill forward Taiwan, but opinion on the island would disagree, the Foreign Minister Joseph Wu said Saturday. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwan top diplomat was responding to the comment this week by Chinese Premier Li, emphasizing the One China principle and Beijing's determination to continue and pursue Taiwan's unification. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Wu hinted the goodwill would be better expressed by China stopping the harassed Taiwan. Wu hinted the goodwill be better expressed by China stopping to harass Taiwan, and the Central News Agency reported. Especially over the past year, Beijing has stepped up its campaign against the island, threatening multinational corporations which mention Taiwan as a separate from China. Another recent event, Mainland Council Minister told overseas Taiwanese not to believe in China measures supposedly favoring Taiwanese business people, students and residents. The so-called incentive form of part of China usually attempt at covering up its intention, Chang reportedly said. China might think the one country, two system formula is a sign of goodwill toward Taiwan, but opinion on the island would disagree, Foreign Minister Joseph Wu said Saturday. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwan top diplomat was responding to comment this week by Chinese Premier Li, emphasizing the One China principle and Beijing determined to continue and pursue Taiwan's unification. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Who hinted the goodwill be better expressed by China stopping to harass Taiwan, and Central News Agency reported. Especially over the past year, Beijing has stepped up its campaign against the island, threatening multinational corporations which mention Taiwan as a separate from China. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Another recent event, Mainland Affairs Council Minister told overseas Taiwanese not to believe in China measures supposedly favoring Taiwanese business people, students, and residents, and the so-called incentive form of China usually attempt at covering up its intention. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. President of Taiwan lay out guidelines against one country, two systems. President of Taiwan on Monday laid out several guidelines to help the government counter the so-called one country, two systems formula which China has proposed for unification with Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. President of Taiwan on Monday laid out several guidelines to help the government counter the so-called one country, two system formula which China has proposed for unifying with Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Speaking at a national security meeting, President of Taiwan said China proposal posed a serious national security challenge to the country. Speaking at the national security meeting, the President of Taiwan said China proposal posed a serious national security challenge to the country because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In order to ensure the generation of Taiwanese will have a freedom to choose their future, she approved the guideline for national security team and administrative department to follow in an effort to reinforce national security and prevent the country economy and social order from being impacted by China, says the President of Taiwan. In order to ensure the generation of Taiwanese will have the freedom to choose their future, she approved the guidelines for national security team and administrative department to follow in an effort to reinforce the national security and prevent the country's economy and social order from being impacted by China. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Her remark came after a speech made by Chinese President Xi Jinping on January 2nd to commemorate the 4th anniversary of Message to Compatriots in Taiwan. In his speech, Xi said China must unite and that one country, two system formula was the best approach to achieving unification. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Beijing authorities have included the work to unify with Taiwan in the political agenda, and President of Taiwan said, warning this has sent the cross-strait relation into severe and complicated phase. Beijing authorities have included the work to unify with Taiwan in the political agenda. President of Taiwan said, warning this has sent the cross-strait relation into a severe and complicated phase. President of Taiwan guideline touched on several areas, including cross-strait relations, democracy, the rule of law, economy, foreign relations, security, national defense, and social well-being. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Under the guideline, cross-Taiwan-strait relation must be viewed in a positive way, but only when principle of equal dignity is safeguarded, according to the President of Taiwan. Under the guideline, cross-Taiwan-strait relation must be viewed in a positive way, but only when the principle of equal dignity is safeguarded, according to the President of Taiwan. With regards to democracy and the rule of the law, Taiwan should push for the amendment to the Act of Governing Relation between People at Taiwan Area and Mainland Area, and speed up the completion of legal framework to establish a network to protect democracy. With regards to democracy and the rule of law, Taiwan should push for amendment to the Act of Governing Relation between People of Taiwan Area and Mainland Area, and speed up the completion of legal framework to establish a network to protect democracy. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. As for the economy, the guideline requires the government to work actively to push for Taiwanese investment. Because I am a Taiwanese, they have gone abroad to return to the country as well as to raise Taiwan's competitive advantage on the global supply chain. Because I am a Taiwanese, in terms of foreign relations, the government must seek to link with the international community to counter China's denial of sovereignty of the Republic of China, Taiwan. In terms of foreign relations, the government must seek to link up with the international community to counter Chinese denial of sovereignty of the Republic of China, Taiwan, according to the guideline. Because I am a Taiwanese. As for security, the guidelines stipulate the government must closely monitor changes in China's politics, economy and social conditions, and take measures to prevent China media manipulation targeting Taiwan. Taiwan should also increase its defense budget and fully upgrade the military capability according to the guideline. Because I am a Taiwanese. So in terms of social well-being, Taiwanese society should develop a consciousness on cross-strait policy and unite to safeguard the national sovereignty. Because I am a Taiwanese. As long as we stay united, national sovereignty, freedom, and democracy will not be eroded. One country, two systems will not become the future of Taiwan, said President of Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese. Turkish media prints letter from Taiwan envoy rejecting China, one country and two systems. Taiwan news. Another example of a Turkey growing criticism of China, an influential Turkish magazine covering global political issues has published a letter from the country, Taiwan's envoy, criticizing Beijing's one country, two system proposal for annexing Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese. Another example of Turkey growing criticism of China, an influential Turkish magazine covering global political issues has published a letter from the country's Taiwanese envoy criticizing Beijing's one country, two system proposal for annexing Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese. Published in March issue of Abad Agenda, the letter written by Taiwan representative to Turkey offers Turkish reader a better understanding of Taiwan de facto independence. Because I am a Taiwanese. The article entitled "A Free Democratic Taiwan Will Never Accept One Country, Two Systems." Chen emphasized that Taiwanese people never give up the sovereignty to the Communist Party. Because I am a Taiwanese. In the article entitled "A Free Democratic Taiwan Will Never Accept One Country, Two Systems," Chang emphasized that Taiwanese people will never give up the sovereignty to the Communist Party because I am a Taiwanese, and I am a Taiwanese. Cheng also observed that Turkey, as a democratic country, shares many of the same values with Taiwan, and that they like the people of Turkey. Taiwan population of 23 million was strive to protect autonomy in the way of life in the face of China campaign to suppress Taiwan's presence on the world stage. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Recently, relations between Turkey and China have become tensed after Ankara repudiation of Japan, Beijing treatment of the Muslim Uyghur people in China, Xinjiang province. The Turkish foreign minister spokesman Hamid Akso called the concentration camp in the Xinjiang island region completely unacceptable, a serious human violation. His remarks sparked a row between Turkey and China. Turkish Foreign Minister spokesman Hamid Akso called the concentration camp in Xinjiang region completely unacceptable, a serious human rights violation. His remark sparks a row between Turkey and China because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In Cheng's article published in Turkish media, the Taiwanese envoy pointed out how countries have been manipulated by Beijing into breaking ties with Taiwan, and how private companies like Turkish Airlines have been coerced into accepting Beijing imperialistic claims over Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The letter serves as a message to the people of Turkey that Taiwan is not willing to give up its democratic institution and will fight to maintain its free society. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The letter serves as a message to the people of Turkey that Taiwan is not only willing to give up its democratic institution and will fight to maintain its free society. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. With many Turkish people already growing increasingly critical of Beijing's strongman tactics and oppressive campaign targeting the Turkish people, Representative Cheng message may find new allies for Taiwan among the people of Turkey. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Cheng also observed that Turkey, as a democratic country, and serves many of the same values with Taiwan, and the people that, like the people of Turkey, Taiwan population of 23 million people will strive to protect autonomy and the way of its life in the face of China's campaign to suppress Taiwan's presence in the world stage. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Chinese article. In Chinese article published in Turkish media, Taiwanese envoy pointed out how countries have been manipulated by Beijing into breaking ties with Taiwan, and how private companies like Turkish Airlines have been coerced into accepting Beijing's imperialistic claims over Taiwan. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Why fake news is having a major influence on Taiwan election. Taiwan news. The president of France has been assassinated, came out on a line notification on my cell phone earlier this week. I was shocked and flumbered with my PIN code to find out more. What I found posted by the family member who shall remain nameless was a link to a YouTube clip. The clip explained how the US and its allies in the world were now hugely unpopular and a bad influence, and this so-called clip, so the clip said, was why the French president has been killed. But he warned that the US was still a major global power and the only country that could stop the marginal unpopular influence was China, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The message behind the clip was clear. China was a force for good in the world, and if Taiwan wanted to have any sort of influence in this Sino-centric world order, then it needed to move closer to China. Well, of course, the only way to do this is to vote KMT in this election. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. That was the last bit went unsaid. But even the most politically unsophisticated individual could read it between the lines. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. That's the whole part of the clips like this. They are not aimed to inform individuals who have a grasp of global politics and current affairs. They aim at those who have little concept of the world outside their own bubble. The demographic will not look at such video with a critical eye. They will neither accept it or not, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. More often than not these days, people seem to blindly accepting such source as fact. A family debate ensued online after the clip was sent around. I provided links to reputable news sources from the UK, US, and elsewhere showing that actually what happened was 6 far-right individuals had been arrested in France over a violent plot targeting the France president, Macron. The perpetrators were never remotely close to carrying out an attack, much less succeeding in assassinating the president. Indeed, a source close to the police investigation had described the plot as vague and ill-defined. Why fake news work? The big question is why people are ready to accept fake news and to spread it among the peers. In this social media age, there is a certain sense of satisfaction to be earned by being the first person in your circle to know about and share a relevant piece of information. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. This means getting there first to more important than sharing the accurate information and distinct people from thinking critically for what we read online. But more importantly, the click fits perfectly into the family member political view. As a retired public servant, they're deeply unhappy with President of Taiwan and DTP government for cutting their pension. This was caused them to launch towards KMT so violently that they embrace anything that might help to get DPP out of the office. The pro-China is pro-KMT. So of course, pro-China narrative is right up to their street. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Much of the fake news which has been swirling around Taiwan during the campaign is focused on doing exactly this. It's not trying to persuade people to switch political alliance. It's trying to reinforce people hesitating belief and suspicious, whip them into a frenzy to try and get as many of them to ballot boxes as possible. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. My family member is currently entrapped by the blasted rhetoric of KMT mayor candidate. His Trumpian approach to campaigning, in which he says what people want to hear regardless whether it's achievable, or even with the rank of mayor of Kokshun, as won him legions of fans among Kokshun mature residents, many of whom are retired public sectors workers, because I am Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Some, not all, young people can see through this web of hollow promises. Some, not all, younger people can see through this web of hollow promises, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. But many are completely taken in by them. It is for this reason that Han remains ahead in the post of Kongsun and may become the first KMT mayor of the city in 20 years. But he needs his elderly voters to get out and vote. For using a fake news to stroke existing news and prejudice, the KMT has a better chance of achieving that. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. A campaign devoid of policy of questioning. Han's success during this campaign is further evidence of an issue that is intricately linked to the fake news problem. It seems these days that politicians can stand up and basically promise anything they like, and people will blindly accept what they say without question. No one in Kokshun is asking Han questions about the detail behind any of these ridiculous proposals, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. He has promised to start up a fund for young people to create new small business in the city, but no one has asked where the money will come from for this. How will you operate in practice? Who will eligibility for funding or any other basic question? Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Han has also said he wants to search for oil off Taiping Island in South China Sea, but no one seemed to have asked him how such a policy could be possible fall under the remit of Mayor of Kokshun. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Why can't Taiwanese people think critically? The inability to be critically assess information is a major problem in Taiwan right now. It is not that Taiwanese people are gullible or stupid. It's just that they are not taught to question authority. And in a democracy, questioning authority is vital. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The number of root causes for the problem. The education system in Taiwan is still geared towards training people to retain information and regurgitate it in exams. There's no focus whatsoever on teaching how to analyze and interpret information. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The mainstream media in Taiwan is dumbed down masked. The mass majority of the airtime dedicated to viral YouTube clips, dashcam footage of the latest RTAs and celebrity group gossips. Ludicrously as it may sound, it's quite possible that French president actually been assassinated. It would not be coverage on the TV news in Taiwan. If it did, it's highly unlikely would be a lately story. But politicians are just as guilty. This entire campaign seems to focus on trying to smear opponents and score petty thoughts, petty political points. There has been an almost complete absence of genuine policies. They have been thought through and planned and costed. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Indeed, candidates are pledging to spend money on just about anything if they think it will convince people to vote for them. But their opponents are not just as much to blame. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Because rather they ask certain questions about this proposal. and the response tend to be trying to suggest something even more outlandish. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Politicians are just as guilty. This entire campaign seems to focus on trying to smear opponents and score petty political points. There has been almost complete absence of genuine policy policies that have been thought through and planned and costed. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Instead, candidates are pledging to spend money on just about anything if they think it will be convince people to vote for them. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. But the opponents are just as much to blame, because rather than ask searching questions about this proposal, the response tend to be trying to suggest something even more outlandish. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Political parties and candidates of all costs are guilty of this. It's something which does a huge disservice to Taiwan's democracy and Taiwanese people. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. It also plays perfectly into the hands of those in China who would seek to undermine and influence the democratic process here. All of these factors have played a role in creating a climate where fake news can thrive. It should therefore come as no surprise to anyone that it has played such a fundamental part of election. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. What can be done about it? In this election, it's almost too late to tackle the issue now. Most people have already made up their minds how they will vote, and it's only after polling day they were able to assess the full impact that fake news had on the electoral process. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. What can be done? In this election, it's almost too late to tackle the issue now. Most people have already made up their minds how they will vote. It's only after polling day that they were able to assess the full impact that fake news has had on the electoral process. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. But if the problem is to be avoided in the future elections, then there is much that needs to be done. Taiwanese people need to learn to critically assess the information they see online rather than blindly accept it. Politicians need to start to behave more professionally, focus on policies rather than point scoring and personalities. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The education system in Taiwan needs fundamental reform to ensure that future generations are equipped with the ability to think critically. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. But perhaps more importantly, the marginalized influence of China and Taiwanese media needs to be stopped. Chinese ownership of Taiwanese media outlets should be outlawed. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Perhaps most importantly, the mangling influence of China and Taiwanese media needs to be stopped. And Chinese ownership of Taiwanese media outlet should be outlawed. Taiwanese news channels should be obliged to report the truth about the human rights abuses and political action of the Chinese Communist Party. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. And Taiwanese people should have a mainstream media that provides them with factual, non-partisan, international news so they don't have to rely on the fake news sent to them on social media for the information. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Taiwanese news channel should be obliged to report the truth about the human rights abuses and political action of the Chinese Communist Party, and Taiwanese people should have mainstream media that provides them with factual and non-partisan international news so they don't have to rely on the fake news sent to them on social media for the information. It's because I'm a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. China's ridiculous propaganda is drawing global ridicule, but Taiwan must look deeper into it. Taiwan News. So, the in no way ironically named Public Liberation Army have taken to the airways once more to tell the people of Taiwan what's best for them. In the interview, that would be absolutely hilarious if it's not so deeply serious. Major General Wang, a senior PLA officer, People's Liberation Army official, told the Voice of the Straits, a state-controlled propaganda radio program, exactly why Taiwan should submit to unification with Communist China. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Wang argued that only reason Taiwanese people were not in favor on one China, two system model was that they did not understand it, and their views were twisted by evil separatists. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. It is, of course, nothing to do with the fact that one China, two system is a front of the Communist Party to seize power, and the people of Taiwan only have to look at Hong Kong and Macau to see the reality how it works in practice. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. He then went on to the list 10 reasons why Taiwan should want to be united with the authoritarian communist regime he works for. He described these 10 reasons as privileges, sometimes which has amused plenty of people in Taiwan, but the list itself sparked even greater myth. He then went on to list 10 reasons why Taiwan should want to be united with the authoritarian communist regime he works for. He describes that these 10 reasons as privileges, something which has amused plenty of people in Taiwan, but the list itself sparked even greater myth. You can read all the 10 in detail here, but they include things like having its own legislation, its own independent judicial power, financial independence, its own independent monetary system. In short, every single one of the 10 privileges General Wang is offering to Taiwan are things that the country enjoys already without having to kowtow to Beijing for permission. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. In short, every single one of the 10 privileges Wang is offering to Taiwan are things the country enjoys already without having to kowtow to Beijing for permission. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Some have questioned why Wang would have made such a ridiculous statement to the public. The answer is a simple one. His intended audience was not Taiwan. As Michael has very precisely noted, the interview was aimed squarely at the domestic audience in Communist China. Michael suggests that PLA and CCP want to make it appear that they tried to be very generous towards Taiwan, and it's a refusal of Taiwan to accept the generosity that has forced them to be more serious steps to take more serious steps to force unification. He even suggested that this evidence that PLA is laying the groundwork for what he described as a general war. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Michael suggests that PLA and CPP wants to make it appear that they have tried to be very generous towards Taiwan, and it is the refusal of Taiwan to accept their generosity that has forced them to be more serious steps to force unification. He even suggested that this evidence that PLA is laying the groundwork for what he described as a general war. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. It is certainly a possibility that one of the Taiwanese government should certainly be alive to it. But it's also worth noting that this particular crude piece of propaganda has come at a point when CCP is stepping up the propaganda output more generally. Regular China watchers will not be surprised to learn that this coincides with the start of the tour season. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The annual two-session propaganda cult. In spring of every year, the Chinese Communist Party comes together at the two sessions to pat itself on the back and make a pretense that the country has some sort of viable political system, as opposed to being an authoritarian dictatorship with Xi Jinping holding the sort of control not seen the days of Chairman Mao. There's always a propaganda push around this time, and this year has been far more English language propaganda output than has been the case in previous years. Not that any of this particular convincing, effective, or in-depth high quality. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Take this appalling rap music video by unknown Chinese artist Su Han as an example. He managed to rap about the submersive vehicles, clone monkeys, and two sessions with lyrics so bad that they must have been written by CCP community and then run through the Google Translate. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Then, in this jaw-dropping, unself-awareness video piece posted on Twitter by the CCP-controlled Xinhua News agency, which spends 5 minutes explaining how China's success is all down to their system of democracy. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. So in the video, the US-born reporter called Colin, who must have been paid extremely well for selling out his moral, his principle, his country in such a blatant way that the two-session meeting is a pinnacle of China's thriving democracy. Because I'm a Taiwanese, I'm a Taiwanese. It's widely acknowledged that key to China's success is a system of democracy. Collins tells us with a smirk on his face that either suggests even he does not believe this nonsense, or he's just picturing the dollars landing in his bank account as he speaks. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. He then goes into great detail about how Chinese people can get their voices heard at the highest level of government without any right to choose who represents them. It's utterly incredible and inevitable the video has attracted swathes of ridiculous around the world. Of course, the Chinese people themselves will not get to see either video or the response. He has commented as Jingwei has only posted it on the sites like Twitter, which are blocked in China. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. So what does this Thundergalt propaganda output mean? It's just a facade to make the two sessions look like a meaningful political event rather than a showcase piece event, which means rubber stamps decisions that have been taken at the highest level of the party. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. The haphazard and the low quality output that has been sent of the late, especially in English, suggests that this is a case. Some expert will back that up. Speaking in The Guardian, Catherine, an art historian specialized in Chinese visual culture and propaganda, summed up the direction which Chinese propaganda was heading at the moment. She says, Communist Party has been putting a lot of effort into strengthening the dissemination of political messages. She explained, but despite the obvious technology changes, Chinese propaganda is going back in time, she continued. David, the co-director of University of Hong Kong, China Media Project, went further, writing in a blog post, What we are seeing is inevitable outcome of a propaganda system. What we are seeing is inevitable outcome of a propaganda system that is cash-rich and culturally, intellectually bankrupt. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. They may well be right, but from Taiwan's point of view, it would be a big risk to take to make such an assumption. The Chinese political system may be corrupted, archaic, and bureaucratic and abusive, but it's also highly dangerous, partly when it comes to issues they see as fundamentally to ensuring the continuity grip on power. Unfortunately, Taiwan is one of those issues, and while events like the interview with General Wang deserve public ridicule, it's important for Taiwan to analyze the purpose behind the propaganda too, because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. It is time for Taiwan to get less serious about communist China. Taiwan News. They are about the preservation of Taiwan's hard-earned freedom and democracy, facing down the hostile threats of neighboring authoritarian regime and defending Taiwan's sovereign rights. Sometimes it's hard to keep a straight face. However, as Chinese Communist Party approach to cross-strait relation is often so utterly laughable, and it can be hard to keep things in perspective. Remember just how serious these issues are. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. So maybe it's time for Taiwan to take things less seriously. Maybe it's time to laugh off China's ridiculous approach to cross-strait relations and counter their provocation with humor and ridicule rather than stone-faced diplomacy. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. For a long time, Taiwan has responded to Chinese provocation with measures, diplomatic responses. This approach has earned Taiwan a degree of respect from the international community, but the fact of the matter is that the situation between the two countries hasn't changed. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Communist China does not recognize Taiwan's sovereignty and rights to self-determination, has no interest in Taiwanese government view on anything. Measured diplomacy is not going to change this. It apparently does not make much difference to the international community response to the matter either. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. Communist China does not recognize Taiwan's sovereignty and the right to be self-determination, has no interest in the Taiwanese government view on anything. The measured diplomacy is not going to change this. It apparently does not much different to the international community response to the matter either. So what has Taiwan to get loose by trying to change of the tack? Answer is not very much, but it's possible that the shift in Taiwan's diplomatic response could be worked out in its own favor. That is, after all, the digital age, a time where social media is king, memes have more power than press release. If Taiwan wants to raise international awareness of China's ludicrous actions and statements, it needs to get cross-strait stories trending. It needs to do something to draw greater global public attention rather than play the joyless diplomatic time and again and again. So maybe it's time for Taiwan to take things a little less serious. Maybe it's time to laugh at China's ridiculous approach to cross-strait relations and counter the provocation with humor, ridicule, rather than stone-faced diplomacy. If Taiwanese people can't vote in election, perhaps they can protest against the government policy with the disagreed. No. Well, how about writing media articles or blog posts stating that their true political opinions? No, not that either. Well, I guess they have to resort to social media instead. Still no. Oh dear, maybe they have to be better off staying in Taiwan then. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese. One idea might be issued with these statements asking things like, when will Taiwanese citizens in China will be able to vote in the election? Our records shows that no Taiwanese citizen has ever been allowed to vote in a Chinese election. The Chinese critique of Taiwan's democracy. Such an approach would be again and again attract international coverage, expose Chinese military threats, China military threats towards Taiwan to a wider audience, and raise awareness of the communist regime without falling. International awareness of the brutal destabilization effects of Chinese communist regime is growing, and not a moment too soon. But while Taiwan sits on the front line, it's not by any means the primary focus of international attention it should be. Because I am a Taiwanese, I am a Taiwanese.